Jake Paul just dropped a bombshell, calling off his much-anticipated fight against boxing legend Mike Tyson after getting suspended. That's right, the fight scheduled for November 15, 2024 at the At&T Arena is now off, and fans are left in shock. But the real story here is even crazier. Jake's recent knockout win against Mike Perry is now at the center of a major controversy. The rumor mill is spinning with claims that Jake wasn't playing fair, he was juiced up. The knockout that had fans buzzing? It turns out it wasn't as clean as we thought. Now, Jake's career is on the line, and his response is as bizarre as it is predictable. Instead of addressing the scandal head-on, Jake Paul is back to his old tricks, posting goofy videos on social media in what appears to be an attempt to distract everyone from the controversy. From fake training videos to fast food binges, Jake seems to be doing everything except acknowledging the elephant in the room. His boxing career is in serious trouble. Let's start with the biggest news. Jake Paul has officially called off his fight with Mike Tyson. After his suspension, it's not like he had much of a choice. Jake's sidelined, and instead of facing the greatest challenge of his boxing career, he's now facing the biggest crisis. The fight, which had fans hyped for months, is off the table, and Jake's next move remains unclear. But what's even stranger is how Jake is handling this scandal. Most fighters in his position would do some damage control, maybe issue an apology, explain their side, or at least acknowledge the situation. Not Jake Paul. Instead, he's gone into full distraction mode, pulling out all the stops to shift attention away from the suspension. What's Jake doing instead of training or laying low? He's out here posting fake training videos on social media. Yeah, you heard that right. In one of the most bizarre moves ever, Jake posted videos where he's wearing a fake belly while training for the Mike Tyson fight. Not only that, but he's also mocking Tyson in the process. Remember when Mike Tyson called Jake fat during a press conference in May? Well, Jake's turned that insult into a joke, sporting a fake gut while lifting weights like it's some kind of comedy sketch. In one of these videos, Jake can be seen pretending to lift 500 pounds while clowning around in the gym. The video is meant to be funny, but it's obvious that the weights are fake. Any gym rat could tell you that a bar holding 500 pounds should bend under the weight, but in Jake's video, the bar stays perfectly straight, exposing the stunt. It's peak trolling from Jake Paul, the kind of content that made him famous in the first place. But at this point, it feels like he's doing everything he can to avoid talking about the real issue, his suspension. As if the fake training videos weren't enough, Jake has also been posting videos of himself gorging on fast food. We're talking Wendy's, McDonald's, late-night burgers, fries, the works. Jake's eating like it's cheat day every day, which is not exactly what you'd expect from someone who's supposed to be preparing to fight Mike Tyson. In one video, Jake orders 55 McDoubles, 25 fries, 100 nuggets, and 15 shakes. It's the opposite of what any professional athlete would do before the biggest fight of their career. But for Jake, this is all part of the show. He's leaning into his rebellious image and turning the controversy into another opportunity to entertain his followers. Now let's get to the heart of the issue. Why Jake Paul got suspended in the first place. It all goes back to his fight against bare-knuckle brawler Mike Perry on July 20th, 2024 in Tampa, Florida. Jake was riding high after knocking Perry out cold in the 6th round. It was a brutal KO that had fans buzzing about Jake's insane knockout power. But that victory didn't last long. A few weeks later, it was revealed that Jake Paul wasn't fighting clean. A knockout that made headlines? It turns out it wasn't just Jake's natural talent. After the fight, tests found 2 banned substances in Jake's system, ostarine and 19-norandrosterone, both of which are strictly prohibited in boxing. So what exactly are these substances? Let's break it down. Ostarine is a selective androgen receptor modulator, SARM. In simple terms, it's a performance-enhancing drug that helps athletes build muscle faster and recover more quickly. It's been banned in most sports because it gives users an unfair advantage. For a boxer like Jake, Austrian would make him stronger and more durable, a huge boost in the ring. This is a metabolite of nandrolone, an anabolic steroid that's known for its ability to increase muscle mass, strength, and endurance. It helps athletes recover from tough training sessions and injuries faster, giving them more power and stamina during competition. In Jake Paul's case, both of these substances were found in his system at levels that were too high to be accidental. This wasn't a case of taking a contaminated supplement. Jake was juicing plain and simple. Jake's win over Mike Perry was supposed to be a defining moment in his boxing career. He walked out of the ring like a king, but now that victory has been completely erased from the record books. The knockout was tainted by his use of banned substances, and instead of being remembered for his power and skill, Jake is now remembered for cheating. This revelation came at the worst possible time for Jake, who was gearing up for the fight of his life against Mike Tyson. The fight was supposed to solidify Jake as a legitimate boxer, a fighter who could stand toe-to-toe with one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. But with the doping scandal hanging over his head, that fight is no longer happening. Mike Tyson is not the kind of guy to tolerate cheating, especially in a sport he helped define. Tyson made it clear that he won't be fighting someone who's been caught using performance-enhancing drugs. As one of boxing's most respected figures, Tyson's decision is understandable. He built his legacy on grit, skill, and power, not shortcuts. And he's not about to risk his reputation by stepping into the ring with someone who's looking for an unfair advantage. With the fight called off, Jake Paul is now left with a tarnished reputation and a boxing career in jeopardy. This scandal could be career-ending for Jake. Testing positive for Austrian and 19-norandrosterone isn't just another headline-grabbing controversy. It's the kind of scandal that can blacklist you from the sport. Let's be real for a second. Jake Paul's transformation from a YouTube star to a heavyweight boxer has always raised eyebrows. He went from a lean, fit YouTuber to a muscular powerhouse in a matter of a few years. The speed of that transformation never quite sat right with boxing fans. How does someone who's only been in the sport for a few years suddenly start knocking out legit fighters with ease? Now we know the answer. Jake's rapid rise wasn't natural. It was fueled by banned substances that gave him an edge over his opponents. He wasn't just working hard in the gym, he was juicing, and now the truth is out. UFC President Dana White has been calling out Jake Paul for years, accusing him of using steroids and challenging him to take a drug test. Jake never took him up on the offer, and now it's clear why. Dana knew something was off, and now he's been proven right. Dana's been saying all along that Jake's transformation didn't add up. Now, with Jake testing positive for Austrian and 19-norandrosterone, everything is starting to make sense. The knockouts, the muscle gain, it wasn't hard work and dedication, it was steroids. So what's next for Jake Paul? With his boxing career on hold and his reputation in tatters, it's unclear where he goes from here. This scandal could be the end of his run in the sport, or he could try to fight his way back and repair his image. But one thing's for sure, Jake Paul has a long road ahead if he wants to be taken seriously in the world of boxing again. For now, all we can do is wait and see how this scandal plays out. But as of now, Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson is off, and his boxing future is uncertain. That's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul's suspension and the doping scandal? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. See you next time. Peace out.